Winning is not a gift, it's a decision. It starts the moment you look in the mirror and say, I'm not playing this game to participate, I'm here to dominate. If you don't have that level of conviction, stay on the bench. Life doesn't reward average, and it never will. People think winners are lucky. They're not. Winners are obsessed. They don't wake up for comfort, they wake up for conquest. If you're still trying to be liked, you're not ready to win. If you're afraid to be hated, you'll never lead. Winning demands that you become a different animal. Someone who eats pressure for breakfast and spits results by nightfall. No one's coming to hand you a crown. You build it brick by brick with pain, sweat, discipline, and ruthless focus. The reason most people lose is because they want it easy. They want the prize without the war. But life doesn't care how bad you want it. It only gives results to those who earn them. You win by working when others sleep. You win by saying no to distractions. You win by turning your back on mediocrity and keeping your eyes on the finish line. Everyone talks about goals, but goals mean nothing without execution. Execution is the language of winners. You want to win? Then do the work. Get up when you're tired. Push when you're drained. Smile while bleeding. Because the world bows to those who refuse to quit. You've been lied to. They told you that balance is the key. That rest is sacred. That being content is noble. And that's why you're losing. Winners are unbalanced. They are unreasonable. They are obsessed. Balance is for those who have already built the life they want. Not for you, not yet. You don't get to rest until you've earned the right to. And no, that doesn't mean burnout. It means obsession. Unapologetic obsession with improvement, with growth, with domination. While they're scrolling, you're studying. While they're partying, Nang, you're preparing. That's how winners separate themselves. Not in public, but in private. The battlefield is not out there, it's in your head. You don't lose in life because of others. You lose because your mind isn't sharp, your focus isn't locked, your emotions run the show. Weak people chase motivation, strong people build discipline. You're not supposed to feel like grinding every day, you do it anyway. Winners don't wait for perfect conditions, they create results in chaos. If it's raining, they train. If it's lonely, they keep moving. If it's hard, they push harder. There's no negotiation, no excuses, just results. That's the winning code. You either follow it or stay broke. Stop lying to yourself. You say you want to win, but your actions say otherwise. You sleep in, you complain, you blame others. Winners don't do that. Winners own everything. They own their failures, they own their outcomes, they own their lives. If you want to change your reality, change your standards. Raise them so high that average starts to feel disgusting. Create rules for yourself that others would call insane. Discipline is your sword and pain is your trainer. Get comfortable suffering for your mission. If you're not willing to suffer, don't expect to win, because winners pay a price. And most people aren't willing to write that check. You need to look at your circle. Who are you surrounded by? Are they pushing you or pacifying you? Are they building you or draining you? Winners don't keep losers around for fun. You become who you associate with. Surround yourself with beasts or become prey. Cut off the weak, the negative, the slow, the insecure. Their energy infects yours. Their mediocrity rubs off. If you're serious about winning, you'll offend some people. That's good. Let them go. Your purpose is not to be liked. Your purpose is to lead. You don't become a lion by hanging out
with sheep. You become a lion by walking alone and hunting with killers.
The clock is ticking. Every second you waste, someone else is taking what could have been yours. That's the brutal truth. The world doesn't stop for your feelings. It doesn't wait for your fear to fade. It rewards action. Ruthless, consistent, obsessive action. You've got dreams? Good. Now prove it. Every day in every way, prove it. With your schedule, with your focus, with your sacrifices. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you're willing to bleed for. That's how winners move. That's how legends are built. Brick by brick, fight by fight, win by win. You want to win? Then stop waking up like everyone else. The day doesn't begin when your alarm goes off. It begins the night before when you decide if you're going to be disciplined or distracted. Winners don't wake up wondering what to do. Their entire life is built around non-negotiables. Gym? Non-negotiable. Work? Non-negotiable. Learning? Leveling up? Stacking wins? Non-negotiable. That's the difference. Average people operate on feelings. High performers operate on systems. The real killers don't need a mood to move. They move because that's who they are. Every action is rooted in purpose. Every second is a weapon, and every day is war. Habits make or break your future. You don't rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your routines. What you repeatedly do defines what you repeatedly get. If you're stuck, it's not because you're cursed, it's because your rituals are soft. You hit snooze, you scroll endlessly, you avoid discomfort, you celebrate mediocrity. A winner looks at those habits and burns them to the ground. They replace weakness with structure, randomness with targets, comfort with chaos. If it's not making them stronger, it gets cut. No apologies, no hesitation, only forward. Discipline is not sexy, but it's everything. It's the reason champions exist. You think discipline is
Art? Try losing, try regret. Try knowing you had everything inside of you to become a savage, and you chose distraction. That's real pain. And the only way to avoid it is to become the kind of person who does what needs to be done, whether it's convenient or not. That means training when you're sore, working when you're drained, studying when it's boring, showing up when no one's watching. Winners don't need an audience. They need a mirror and a mission. The hunger to win must be greater than the desire to be comfortable. Most people want to win until it costs them something, their free time, their weekends, their sleep, their ego. But that's the currency. That's what it takes. If you're not willing to give that up, then stay quiet. The ones who win are maniacs. They sacrifice their old lives to build something untouchable. They don't chase motivation. They manufacture pressure. They put themselves in environments that force them to evolve. You want a new life? Burn the bridge. Stop leaving safety nets in case it gets hard. Make failure so painful that winning becomes your only escape. A winner doesn't care about opinions. He's not swayed by gossip, noise, or judgment. He's locked into results, laser-focused, tunnel vision. When the world is debating, he's creating. While others argue, he's executing. That's why he wins, because he's not playing the same game. Most people are stuck reacting. Winners are strategizing. They move in silence, strike with precision, and never waste a move. They don't seek validation. They don't need congratulations. Their reward is domination. If you still need people to clap for you, you're not ready to lead. The pain you avoid is the growth you need. Stop running from the discomfort. Stop praying for ease. That's not how you win. You win by making pain your partner. Embrace the soreness, the fatigue, the loneliness. That's the cost of greatness. While others look for hacks, you become the hammer. You attack weakness, you break limits, you create pressure where there is none. Because pressure creates diamonds, and you were not built for dust. You were built for war. Your enemies are laziness, indecision, doubt, and fear. Beat them daily. Break their bones with action. Destroy their grip with momentum. Look at your environment, your phone, your friends, your home, your habits. They're either weapons or weaknesses. Your surroundings reflect your standards. If you live in chaos, your results will be chaotic. Winners curate their lives with surgical precision. No clutter, no dead weight. Just tools, triggers, and targets. If it doesn't push you forward, it doesn't belong. That level of discipline creates clarity, and clarity creates dominance. You can't lead a life of excellence with average inputs. Upgrade your fuel or expect failure. Most people think they have time. They don't. That's the biggest lie. I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is for cowards. Tomorrow is for people who plan to lose. A winner treats every day like his last chance, every rep, every call, every choice. It all matters. There are no breaks, no detours, only decisions. You either move the needle or you don't. And if you don't, you get left behind. That's how brutal it is. That's how real it is. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you rise. You've got to fall in love with the process. Not the applause, not the attention, the grind, the silence, the ugly days. That's what makes a real winner. The ability to keep pushing when there's no sign of progress. The discipline to keep building when no one's watching. The resilience to keep believing when the results are delayed. That's what separates kings from pawns. They don't chase dopamine, they chase destiny. They don't live for likes, they live for legacy, and they'll die building it. Winning doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't bend to emotion. It respects execution. Ruthless, repetitive, relentless execution. You do it again and again and again until there's no one left to compete with. And even then you keep going, because a real winner isn't driven by comparison. He's driven by his own standard, his own code, his own hunger. That's the mindset that creates empires. That's the fire that makes people unstoppable. You either build that mindset or you stay broke, unnoticed, and ordinary. To win, you need to stop thinking like a spectator. Winners aren't watching other people win. They're too busy building, too busy planning their next move. The average man consumes. The superior man creates. He doesn't wait for permission. He doesn't ask if he's ready. He declares it. He backs it up, and he forces the world to respond. The second you switch your mind from passive to predator, everything changes. You stop making excuses and start building results. You stop talking and start proving. You stop dreaming and start dominating. That's how you win. By
becoming the cause, not the effect. People lose because they crave comfort more than they crave power. They want to relax. They want to be liked. They want everything easy, cheap, and fast. Winners laugh at that mindset because true success is built on long nights, painful losses, and brutal self-control. If you're not willing to suffer now, you're guaranteeing you're suffering later. You don't get the body, the money, the respect, or the freedom without the pain. The universe is fair in one way. It gives every man a choice. Sacrifice now and eat later, or eat now and starve forever. Winning isn't just about performance, it's about perception. How do you see yourself? Are you the man who leads or the one who follows? Are you the one who acts or the one who waits? Every time you hesitate, you train your mind to accept less. Every time you tolerate weakness, you erode your potential. A real winner has a God complex, not arrogant certainty, unshakable, bulletproof belief in his ability to conquer.
Anything, that belief is earned through action, through showing up every day, through mastering the art of persistence, through becoming the kind of person who always finishes what he starts, no matter
what? Look at your life right now. It's a scoreboard. It's showing you exactly who you are, your body, your bank account, your mindset, your results. If they don't scream winner, then stop lying to yourself. Winners take responsibility for everything. No blaming, no whining, no victim stories. Every setback is fuel. Every failure is feedback. Every obstacle is an opportunity to prove again that you're not like the rest. That's how you win. Not by wishing, but by facing the fire head on and refusing to flinch. The world doesn't need more average. It's drowning in it. You weren't put here to blend in. You were built to stand out, to rise above, to take everything they said you couldn't have and make it your reality. But that only happens when you go all in. Not 50%. Not when it's convenient. Not when it feels good. Every single day. Every decision. Every move. You either live like a savage or die like a slave to your own laziness. There is no middle ground. That's the truth no one wants to admit. Most people die at 25 and get buried at 75. They stop trying, they accept less, they lie to themselves for decades, convincing themselves they're doing okay. But winners don't settle, they don't slow down, they don't get soft. They get sharper, colder, smarter, stronger. You want to win? Then develop the mindset of a soldier and the heart of a lion. Be the one who thrives under pressure, not folds under it. Be the man who runs toward the storm, not away from it. Be the machine they fear because they know you don't break. Winners aren't scared of being alone, they embrace it. Solitude is where the elite evolve. While the crowd screams for attention, the winner sharpens his sword. In silence, in darkness, away from the noise. That's where clarity is born. That's where your power multiplies. You're not missing out, you're leveling up. You're not being left behind, you're pulling away from the pack. The quiet seasons are the breeding grounds of killers. Train when no one's watching, and the world will watch when you perform. That's how legends are made. Time is the most ruthless killer there is. You don't get to rewind. You don't get another shot at today. Winners act with urgency because they understand the clock is their enemy. They don't wait. They attack. They show up with fire in their chest and war in their blood. While others are planning, they're producing. While others are hesitating, they're hitting targets. You want to win? Then stop treating time like it's endless. Every wasted hour is a deposit into your own failure. You don't have forever. You have now. You were not built to be average. You were not born to be forgotten. You were designed to lead, conquer, and leave a legacy. But none of that comes without suffering, without sacrifice, without turning your back on comfort and building a new identity from the ground up. Winning demands your soul, and if you're not willing to give it, then step aside. Because the real ones are coming. The focused, the obsessed, the ones who train while you sleep, grind while you rest, and rise while you decay in excuses. That's who wins. There is no magic. There's only work. Relentless, brutal, disciplined, unforgiving work. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're scared. It doesn't care if you failed before. It only responds to consistency. And that's why most will never taste victory, because they can't do the boring things daily. They want fireworks, not systems, but systems win. Habits win. Discipline wins. If you can master yourself, you can master anything. That's the code. Simple, ruthless, true. Final truth. Nobody's going to do it for you. No savior is coming. No one owes you anything. It's you versus you. Every day, every choice. You are your own rescue plan. So where?
Key up, lock in, shut up, grind hard, win daily, and never look back.